do anything but make it more fizzy, bruv.
Oh, this is sparkling. Well done. That can stay there then.
Can't lie, I backed it still. I'm not a huge fan, but...
So guys, we're opening this water at 7:38. It's open at 7:44.
Nah, you're taking that. Hey, my man, yeah. I don't know. I wonder if he did that on purpose.
He must have done.
Welcome to another episode of Daily Decisions. Ria, we saying?
Welcome back, guys. I'm good, man. Long time no see. How are you?
In the building.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm good. I might as well just lower that briefly. But what, we don't need...
Yeah, but why did you lower it like that?
No, just to make sure that everything was crisp, innit? Do you get what I'm saying?
Cool.
Anyway, we need to... There you go.
No, Lewis done that intensely, boy.
No, cause I have to make sure that you're making a daily decision.
You looked in the top of my eyeballs.
You have to make sure that she's making the daily decision of making eye contact, innit? Because I've heard bad things about what happens when you don't make eye contact when you cheers. So, anyway, here we are. But enough of the bag of... Rah, I just saw something, you know. We're keeping this in, by the way. Fam, we can see whether the shot is good or not because of the reflection. Can you see it?
No, Lewis, you made me think something supernatural was happening behind the glass, bro. Okay, yeah, the shot is good. Yeah, the shot's good.
Aye, that's cold. I didn't know we had that to our advantage.
Do you know?
So yeah, welcome back. It's been a minute.
A very long minute.
We're going to make sure that we're getting these out consistently and we're recording these consistently and we're just feeding you lot. Do you get what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? We know this is food for the soul. We know this is food for the mind. We know this is food for the heart. We know this is food for the spirit. Do you get what I'm saying? And soon when we start doing the in-person events, the daily decisions, link-ups and all them thing there, we'll bring real foods. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Real food.
That's if we like you enough. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm sure we will by that point. So yeah, real food will run. Do you get me? So, what we saying? Anything in particular to update them on before we get into our first game?
I just want to let you guys know I'm looking darker.
Oh yeah, facts.
In this video, yeah.
Facts.
But
I feel like the last time you recorded, you just came back from there. That means it's been a year.
Did I?
Last time you recorded, you weren't long back.
The last time we recorded was well after I broke my leg, so definitely.
But you broke your leg in what, June?
April.
You broke your leg in April?
Yeah. April 22nd on my mom's birthday. Boy.
That was only like a month after you got back from thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
About
guys,
2 months,
I'm just letting you know that because if you see any dry patches on my skin during this video, it weren't me, it was the sun. Yeah.
I hear it still. I hear it. Ria came in telling me about how she just was falling asleep in the sun, bruv, because she was so tired when she was over in... Well, you haven't even said where you went.
Yeah, I went to Miami. I went back to Miami, spring break.
Come like it's their second home, fam. Come like it's your second home.
It actually might need to be. Guys, if you've been to Miami, comment down below, but tell me where you've been, because I can't lie, Wynwood and Fort Lauderdale are my spots still.
Whilst Miami is very nice visually and there's lit people and it feels like a vibe and it's near the ocean, you know the place floods a lot. Like Florida as a whole state just floods.
Hurricanes.
But it just goes underwater. And because of climate change, I'm telling you now, that place ain't gonna exist in about 15 years.
Oh, it's peak.
Maybe 25.
It's peak. But one thing I can say, guys, and obviously little detour here, but when I was out there, like based on what you were saying, you know, like hurricanes, floods and all that type of stuff, there was one guy, a homeless guy, I'll see if I can find the clip and insert it here, but it was a homeless guy I went up to. I actually got video evidence, but my man has like, it was like a pole, you know those just metal poles you see in the street, and he said that for the past 9-10 years he's been homeless basically, and he's been going around Miami and he's been taking like, you know, like little gems, like little seashells or little toys or tokens or whatever, glitter, and he'll go and he'll make murals off of one pole basically. Like he'll stick it, and he's been working on that one project for 9 months basically. And
9 months or 9 years?
9 months. He's been working on that one pole for 9 months. So if you go see the pole looks like something out of a museum. I don't know what it is, but he's done it like off little things that he's found on the side. And then everyone comes, and I feel like he's put his name there. So when people come, you know how you see like people that go on TikTok and they film stuff and they're like, oh my god, this homeless man made this and now he's gone viral. So he's managed to go viral off just that one pole basically. And he's like, oh, my life changed, like just off the power of TikTok. People started a GoFundMe for me. After he lost a lot of his belongings in the last hurricane, basically.
So wondering where he was going with it. Okay.
Like after the last hurricane, I think he was just starting to get himself situated, but then he lost all his belongings, basically. Man. So he's saying that one pole and that one like viral video has managed to get him a little bit of a life back.
Goes to show what you can do when you're resourceful.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying? You don't. Sorry, you don't have to necessarily always have the best resources, but if you're resourceful, you can do a lot. And also, it goes to show if you're doing something you're passionate about, excited about. You know what I mean? You think it's creative. Do you get like think about it? He's literally just decided, yo, I'm just gonna enjoy doing what I'm doing, which is sticking these things to this pole. Making good artwork. And I'm gonna try and use my time well to do that. I'm gonna be creative. And now look, do you get what I'm saying? People are supporting him, which is fire. Do you get what I'm saying? I'd like to think that means he has a roof over his head more often than not. Let's hope. Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. No, that's dope still, yeah. So I obviously I haven't been in Miami in a minute, but as I said, amazing place. I love Florida full stop, but yeah, when people say that it just floods all the time, I'm like, bruv, that's not healthy. It's not. And it just makes you think, boy, things could be wiped the same way like the Palisades. Your whole livelihood could just be wiped away in an instant. Gone. Okay, so this person just died recently. Okay.
You don't have an answer there?
I've got a few people in mind.
Next clue, yeah? Okay, cool. This person was very, very well known for his athletic ability.
Okay, athletic ability, died recently. This is where we know if I've been going online and seeing what's been happening or not. Athletic ability. This is an easy one, you know. I know it's an easy one and my brain's just not going there. Athletic ability. And it's wicked because with this game I can't even ask questions, bro. Who's died recently what athletic ability is? I don't think it's any basketballers. I don't think it's any footballers. I feel like it's either an actual like track and field athlete or a boxer. Anyway, I don't know. Carry on.
Okay. This person lost one of the biggest fights of their career.
Can I just establish, that's not a decision. Like, remember, these are supposed to be decisions they made. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't choose to lose.
He did. Because if you say winners win, it's a decision to win. It's a decision to win.
That is funny.
So he lost.
No,
he decided to lose.
You're violating.
This person decided.
They didn't decide to lose, bro. They got punched up.
Alright. This person
boxer, so I knew it was a boxer
to get punched up in one of the biggest fights of their career. How about that?
They didn't decide to. They just got punched up.
Not lose. Alright, this person decided to go to a fight, the biggest fight of their career, and not be on point.
The fact I'm not getting this is embarrassing, but it just shows that I ain't really been pre-ing what's going on online. Who died, bruv?
Okay.
Because in my head I'm thinking, what do you know about boxing, bruv? What do you really know, Ria? Like, what's going on here, bruv?
Alright.
Because it's not like Tyson died recently.
No.
It's not like Tyson didn't die recently. I ain't heard that Lennox Lewis died. I ain't heard that Chris Eubank died. His son just fought the other day. Muhammad Ali died a long time ago.
You want another clue?
George Foreman? I'm thinking, was it George Foreman? Did he die? He might have been Foreman, you know. I feel like George Foreman did dead, you know. I'm sure Alicia said that the other day when I was I was packing something in the kitchen.
Dead.
I was packing something in the kitchen and I was moving the grill and I could have swore she said something like George Foreman died, you know. I must guess George Foreman.
Okay, you're right still. Yeah.
Come on,
George
man.
Yeah. Well done. No, I'm not gonna lie, that took you a bit longer than expected.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I really didn't know that he died. If you see, if Alicia didn't say that to me, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have got that if she didn't say that.
Do you know what? The next clue I was about to give would have given it away.
Because you said he chose to get punched up. I'm like, nah, but
he didn't choose.
He didn't get. He actually was.
Did.
He was. If anything, Muhammad Ali chose to get punched up. Because remember, his strategy in that fight was, I'm gonna just let you punch me up, tire yourself out, And then when you think I've got nothing left, and I know you've actually got nothing left, I'm just gonna
box
start giving you combos, bruv.
Yeah.
And then just he gave man the work. Do you get what I'm saying? You see that rumble in the jungle? You got the work.
Yeah. The next clue would have been about the girls, so you would have got it then. You would have got it then. We'll see. But yeah.
It took me what? So you
3
said
tries.
you said died recently.
You got it on the 3rd try.
Athletic ability.
Decided to get punched
up, and then I said it. Okay, yeah.
Scores on the board right here. Well done to Lewis. It's
Come
not
on, man.
his, it's not on point. Like we haven't
Chill
been
out.
doing this game for a
Chill
little
out,
while.
because
So
Ria's just not
sometimes
guessed mine at all. For like
I don't
the
know
last
whether
3.
he's had sugar
I
in
don't
the
even
past
know if
couple
Ria's
days.
even got a score
I
a
don't
point
know
on the
whether
board.
he's had sugar.
I
in the
don't even know
past
if she's
couple
got a
of
point
days.
on the board, so I
But
don't know what
he
we're doing.
might
here.
have had some
I
sugar
don't
in the
actually
past.
know if Ria's still operating with a donut. She's still operating with a donut, which is 0.
I've got 4 points.
You got 4 points, but
Anyway,
4 points suggests that you
on
got 1 clue
swiftly,
and you guessed it. That is
moving on
not true.
swiftly,
Fake news, guys.
moving
This is called
on
fake news. Run the AI.
swiftly.
Run the AI so we can see if it's fake. Do you get what I'm saying?
Moving on to our next segment, guys. This is our
Word week.
of the week.
My word of the week, I would probably say, is refreshing.
Okay.
The reason I say refreshing is because I think the work that has been done this week, specifically, and the time that I've been able to also spend with family in different spaces has genuinely just been really refreshing for me. Like, it's made me feel so renewed in terms of spirit, in terms of joy, in terms of happiness. Like, so an example, actually just use an example from super recent, as in today, going to the organization that we were delivering one of our training sessions to on the EDI side of the business, and like just some of the conversations they're having now, the things that their leaders are sharing in terms of like adjustments that they're making to their approach to equity, diversity and inclusion, the way people are being vulnerable around what still they found challenging and what concerns them and where they're trying to improve. And it's just so refreshing to hear an organization have this level of commitment. And like, it's just beautiful, man. It just really, on a spirit level, it just makes you feel like, right, I'm really doing good work to think I'm able to contribute to that. On a family one, obviously I've had some really, really good quality time with my children, with my missus. But like, even that video that you showed me, which I hadn't actually seen yet, my missus had sent it to me and I hadn't looked at my phone before you saw it. But like, you know what I mean? She was there and she's reading with my daughter and she goes, what did she say? Something like queen.
Yeah.
And then she goes, Daddy calls me a queen. And it was like, yeah. And it was like, come on, bruv. That's what I'm talking about. Like Joe said, that refreshes me again, mentally, spiritually,
Just for
emotionally.
context, guys, Lewis hadn't seen a video that I had seen on his Mrs. story, which was of his daughter reading a book.
It must have been some sort of
affirmations.
private story, because you would not put that on her main story. So I don't know where you saw that
of
from.
like
but
affirmations and stuff, and his daughter recognized the word or the letter Q for queen, which obviously is testament to Lewis having done that stuff with her. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So that was refreshing, and I can't remember when that was taken. That might have been taken today, but as a result of this last week or so, I've done a lot of like just trying to be as intentional as possible with the quality time, do you know what I mean, with both my daughters and my missus. And when spending that quality time with my older daughter, I'm trying to do the affirmations with her, and even small things like if I'm like, a lot of times it'll be like I'm putting away clean clothes and she's just in the room, and instead of her just doing what she's doing and I'm just doing what I'm doing, I was like, no, they're counting, and it'll just be like 1, and then I wanted to say 2, 3, all the way up to 10. Do you get what I'm saying? And most of the time she'll get it. Sometimes she'll confuse herself because she starts trying to then do the thing on her finger of how many fingers hold up. So that's when she gets the number wrong. And she'll be like 5, 7. And it's like, no, you missed 6. And it's like, because she's trying to do this. And it's like, no, but first of all, that's not even 7. But that's not the point. You're trying your best. Well done. But anyway, yeah, but like, that's been refreshing. And if I could stretch it back just slightly longer than the last week, maybe going to about 10 days, I also had a really refreshing time with my extended family, because we were celebrating 1 year passing of my, sorry, not 1 year, I'm so dumb, 5 years passing of my gran, who passed away. The first one that passed away literally just before lockdown started in 2020. So they announced lockdown on the 19th of March. That was the day my gran passed. They announced it whilst we were in the hospital, where they just announced that she had passed, and we obviously knew it was coming because she was in hospital for like 8 weeks before that. But yeah, she passed away on the 19th, and so we got together just the other day in order to just like hold space as a family. Like, we went to the cemetery first, did some prayers, sang, talked, whatever, reflected on our life, then went by my granddad's house, her husband, and just, you know what I mean, like ate a little food, chilled, you know what I mean. My auntie had got some cake for people to share out and that kind of stuff. So all of that is just refreshing again, man. Do you know what I mean? Because you think to yourself, yo, like this keeps man feeling nice. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, all of that contributes to the feeling refreshed. Do you get me? So yeah.
I love that. I love that for you, man.
Yeah.
And especially, I know with the work you're doing, like this is very mission driven work.
100%.
So for you to say that, obviously you've gone into an organization like Think Forward and you're like, you know, you can see how your work is actually playing out in real life. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
I'll work alongside them, of course.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying that it's very refreshing to, you know, not only have built a business around something you find important, but also have been able to, you know, monetize and build like a lifestyle around that, and that's just something you dedicate yourself to. So that must be refreshing.
It is super refreshing, and it's like, you know, if we're going to continue on that slight stretch back beyond the week, but that same day when I went to the cemetery and spent time with the family and all of that I just referenced, earlier that day on that same Saturday, which by the way, let's even just break down what you just said. I'm about to tell you that I did a session on a Saturday. Most people are not trying to work beyond Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't leave here, this office, until 7, and I'm vexed that they even close at 7. Although it's kind of helped in terms of work-life balance because I can spend more time with family, because it's like I have to be out of office by 7 now. But back in the day when this office used to shut at 9, 10 o'clock, China, I was here. But anyway, but the point is, there's that, but then also it's that Saturday where we went to the cemetery, I actually got there late because they wanted to all link up at 1. I didn't get there till 2. Maybe let's say everybody had arrived by 1:30. I didn't get there till 2 because I was coming from Great Ormond Street Hospital where we had just done a session. Do you get what I'm saying? A session that you played a big part in helping to make happen. Then obviously it took place whilst you were abroad, but that was a dope session as well. That Saturday I felt again super refreshed by seeing this group of young people from backgrounds, communities, heritages, families that wouldn't usually have access to, you know, like the most senior levels within the medical industry, engaging with doctors and consultants and surgeons in one of the most prestigious medical institutions in this country, and they're so hungry for that opportunity to engage. Then you've got the mentors themselves who are like, wow, these young people are phenomenal and they're feeling so fulfilled, and you just think, yo, we're doing the work, man. This is the work. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah,
real life action, man.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. What's your word?
Me, guys, my word, and it's gonna seem counterintuitive at first, but trust me, there's a point to it, man. The word is plagued.
Plagued?
Yeah, plagued. Like as in the plague, guys. Like my week has been plagued. Okay?
Like bubonic?
Like plague, like
black plague.
Black plague, like it's been plagued. And the reason I say plagued, guys, is because
no, Ria's moving like she got leprosy. Yeah, carry on.
Listen, guys. So when I went away to Miami, I ended up catching a chest infection while I was out there. And when I say this chest infection was severe, like I was on holiday thinking to myself, bro, I can't even really enjoy like that because even now, the remnants of it are still here. But I just wasn't feeling to do what I set out to do. Like my energy levels weren't really there. Plus me also trying to arrange little bits for my uncle's funeral when I came back. Oh yeah, condolences again. Yeah, thank you. But it was just like my week was like plagued with sickness as well as responsibility. So I didn't feel like I could really just kick back, relax and enjoy.
Your word is fair.
But what I did counter that with is I'm reading something at the moment called The Psychology of Money, and Psychology of Money has a lot of lessons. And one thing I read while I was on the beach out there is that there was a scientist, I can't remember the name of the scientist, but this scientist cured malaria. And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he cured malaria, gave a treatment with malaria by putting the patients that had that illness, giving them a fever, basically, by giving them something that's going to help their immune system to try and fight that fever. Now, fever is a very, very important part of, you know, having the body fight off infection. Like, helps you build up your immune system, get the antibodies that are necessary for you to be able to fight off infection, etc., etc. And it made me realize, obviously, the point in the book was you have to be reasonable and not irrational. Okay, and obviously, reasonably, I wouldn't have wanted to go out and be on holiday and just be partying up, living it up when I'm actually ill. So the rational thing is to stay my ass in a hotel, just enjoy a little bit at the pool and recover. But reasonably, I had to think to myself as well, you know, what I'm actually here for. Not to say that I didn't want to be on holiday in the first place, but because I had so much going on before that, I had to think to myself, I do want to take this holiday intentionally. I don't just want to be going up and down and doing whatever just because I'm in Miami and just because I said that I can, basically. So there was a couple of days where I was sitting down by the hotel, by the pool. I just sat down, got my head down, did a bit of intentional reading, stuff like that. And it came to the point where I was just like thinking to myself, even though when setbacks happen, it's more like it's developed me as a person to be able to fight off infection, basically, when it comes into my life. For example, even planning a funeral, to be honest, not to say single-handedly planning it, me and my dad planned it together, but majority of that fell on me. And it was humbling to see that even though I had no idea about the first thing about planning funerals, I was able to do so quite swiftly, as well as manage everything that was going on in my life at the time. So I just say to you, like, regardless of what you're going through, whether you're physically ill, whether you're mentally ill, whether you're emotionally feeling ill, you have to understand the lesson in, you know, what that is teaching you and how that is actually building up your immune system, quote unquote, to be able to, you know, go and deal with things that are sent to destroy you, if you will.
No, definitely. That's deep. So are you suggesting then that, like, even when we may face a challenging situation, yeah, we might be in a situation where we're tired, we're feeling like we lack the resources, be that money, be that support, you know what I'm saying, people, equipment, whatever. Mentally, we might not all be there. Are you saying that there are occasions when you have to push through regardless, because the thing that you're being presented with today actually might not be that hard? The position that you're entering the thing, like, as in the position, the state that you are in, to which you are then going to take on that thing, is what's creating the real challenge. But it's best to do it now whilst the situation itself is not that hard, so that when the situation is harder, even if you're in a challenging situation,
Exactly.
you're still going to go about knowing how to attack it.
It's interesting that you said that, because there was also something that I said is, like, learn to accept things when they're hard, not when they're harder. So when things, you can already see things are getting hard, you want to minimize future regret by just dealing with it now. Like, don't allow the situation to snowball, and then you can see how things are going to go, but you just choose to avoid it, and then later on down the line you're just effed, basically.
Let's be real, parking tickets and speeding tickets, I need that mindset, because
honestly,
I'm a man that likes to just deal with things that are on my plate. Yeah, obviously I'm quite good at compartmentalizing and going, that doesn't need to be dealt with right now, because most of my life is putting out fires. It sounds bad, it sounds like, oh, so don't you enjoy life? I'll be honest, you see, when you get to a certain point professionally, as well as in terms of just managing your life, you realize that there's a large percentage of it which is just putting out fires. I'm very good at knowing what fires need to be put out. Well, okay, that's a small fire, we can let that build up for a little bit, no one's gonna get burned. Okay, now we deal with it. Okay, that one there, that's glaring, fam, somebody's about to die, let's deal with that fire. Like, but, and I say that to say, I'm very good at kind of doing the whole fire maintenance, and in the analogy, but you see that one thing of parking tickets,
the little things,
parking tickets and speed, like, first of all, don't tell me I've got a parking ticket because I parked up at my gym and I forgot to type my number plate on the thing that one day. Brother, go and look in the system and see if I don't do it every day. If I didn't do it that one day, don't let me have to tell you that and not give me no grace, and then you want to be telling me about fine. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Secondly, when it comes to the speeding thing, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist around that now. I genuinely believe there's something going on, because some of these tickets, they're not real, fam. The way man slows down is outrageous.
And they'll just send them anyway.
Bro, and they're flinging them over to you, and you're thinking, bro. Anyway, let's not dwell on that.
Back to my point though, even with these little, small, irrelevant things, you might think they're small and irrelevant,
until they grow.
But because they're hard right now. I don't want to sit down at my laptop and have to do this, that, and the other. But then 5 months down the line, when you have bailiffs at your door talking about you've got unpaid parking ticket, that's going to be harder.
Yeah,
right?
it's going to be much harder.
But also, wrapping up my point now, like, something as well that was said in the book is that coming back to my point about being rational and reasonable. It's rational to say, listen, I've got a disease right now, give me a fever so that I can cure myself and then heal. But it's not reasonable for me to say, listen, I'm underneath my bed right now, shivering with all of this flu. My head is hurting. Give me whatever pill you have to make this pain stop right now. That is reasonable, right? But none of us would do that. But you've got to learn to see the bigger picture and understand, you know, the part that your pain or your plague is kind of playing in, you know, your resilience as a human being. So
put that on the screen when you edit this. no, real talk, because that's deep. No, like, you've got to see the part that your plague is playing in, what was the last bit?
In your resilience as a human.
Like, that needs to go on the screen, fam.
But yeah, that was my week, guys. And hopefully by next week, my immune system will be back up and running.
Come on, man.
And we're back to...
Don't worry, it's running now. It's running now. You're fighting it. You get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
running now. It's just that you had, you know what I mean? The worst is behind you. Let's put it that way. The worst is behind you. You get what I'm saying?
Welcome to this next segment, guys.
Welcome to this segment. Decision of the day. I don't know why I just did what you just did, but anyway. There was actually something else that I wanted to talk about.
Alright, cool.
Just so you know what it was.
Okay.
Well, there was actually two things. And I don't think we will save them for another episode, but I'll just quickly mention them.
Okay.
So they're honourable mentions. One was Philly pleading not guilty.
Okay.
Two was Digdat being charged.
I haven't seen that case.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you need to tell me
He's
about
on
that.
an M charge, innit? And basically, I think they're saying he did it. So, yeah, Digdat. It's looking like we ain't gonna see him for a long time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Wait.
So.
Wait.
Digdat and Digga D are two different people.
Oh.
Just because I was conscious that you definitely just did what Digga D does, and Digdat is a completely different rapper.
Wait, who's Digdat?
Digdat is
that...
Radaman down in my Air Forces.
Okay.
Now I got a crease in the middle.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
No.
He's from Lewisham.
Oh, yeah.
I know him because he's from the area.
I know who you're talking about.
But anyway,
we'll take that right out.
No, we're not taking that out.
Taking
that
that
needs to stay
right out.
right in. That needs to stay right in.
Oh, anyway,
because Rhea
good.
did at least 5 seconds worth of sound effect. Wait, and she was proper gassed. And I was thinking, how long do I let this go on for before I let her know Digga D and Digdat are two different people?
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So one thing was Digdat looking
Yeah.
like he's probably going to get convicted of an M charge, and
then
Philly,
young Philly pleading.
young Philly pleaded not guilty for his, R charge or whatever it is that they're formally putting down as the charge. But yeah, I don't know if we need to really talk about those, because I think what we would probably talk about is quite obvious. So let's talk about the thing that's been the talking point of the internet for the last maybe 7 to 14 days. It's funny because I've been seeing this guy's content for time,
and I didn't tap in.
I just thought that's his content. I didn't realize it was going to become this thing. Obviously, I imagine it's because it ended up on Shade Borough, and then from it was not Shade Borough. What's the American one? Shade Room. Yeah, ended up on Shade Room, and then Shade Room led it to then become a bigger talking point, and then plus people on Twitter were apparently saying stuff. I had just seen his posts coming up as suggested posts. I'm not sure why they were coming up for me, because I'm not a fitness coach, and I don't really follow fitness content, or at least I don't think I do. So I don't know why I was seeing it.
Maybe it's just lifestyle, and it's just recommended.
Maybe it was just lifestyle and it was recommended. But obviously we're talking about Ashton Hall, just so we're clear. Yeah, we're talking about Ashton Hall, the fella who, I don't know what relationship he's got with that water. I was about to say their name, but we don't even do free promo, even though we're only like 1 subscriber. We don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we're still not doing free promo. But that blue bottle of water that my man pours into a bowl, adds ice, occasionally adds a little lemon, and puts his face in there to what I'm assuming is both wake himself up as well as to tighten his pores. And then he just basically spends the next few hours in his morning routine just getting ready in whatever guise that looks like. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up is not just to talk about it for talk about its sake, but because supposedly when asked what his intention was for sharing those types of video, and specifically the one that went the most viral, he said it was because he wanted to inspire people to be intentional with their own morning routine.
Yep.
And to be intentional with how they use their time. So he doesn't care about the fact that people are going to laugh and think, why has he got this thing over his mouth? If you actually look at each step of his morning routine, there's intention behind it. Him having to peel the thing off his mouth, my assumption is he's making sure that he's not mouth breathing throughout the night, because he knows that's not going to be good for his airways. He knows that's not going to be good for oxygenating his blood, etc.
No morning breath as well.
I imagine that plays a part as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's so many intentions behind him even wearing that thing to make sure that he's breathing through his nose in the way that he should be, especially for the inhalation more than anything. Then you've got the bowl of ice water and all of that, and again, as I said, probably there to help wake himself up, kind of shock the senses very, very quickly, doing something uncomfortable to start the day, but also tightening the pores. Do you get what I'm saying? So what's that going to do for his skincare? It's going to potentially be improved. Then you go on top of that and you say, okay, cool, he's done that part.
Forget about the banana peel. My man puts a whole banana
peel.
That
later. I was going to get to that, but let's even just use that now. Yeah, he does at some point within the morning routine rub a banana peel on his face, and that's because there are certain nutrients within the peel of a banana that are supposed to be good for our skin.
Okay.
So I've actually rubbed banana on my face before because that's what I'd heard, but I didn't know. I've only done it when it was like I felt my skin wasn't in good condition, and because I tend to eat. This sounds like a mad wife, but because I tend to eat a banana most days, it's like I would always think, oh, you probably can do something with the skin, and then like maybe about 3 or 4 times in my life I've done that because I did hear that was meant to be very good.
Watch Lewis start implementing this into his morning routine. That would never be in my morning routine
because I don't eat bananas until the evening, so there wouldn't even be a banana skin available. Do you know what I'm saying?
So there wouldn't be a banana.
No, there wouldn't. And plus, remember, I don't eat until after 11 as well. So like even if I had a banana early in the day, it's not happening before 11 a.m. So where is it going to fit in my morning routine? Do you guys say this is how strict my routine is that I can't even fit these kinds of things in? So anyway, so then you've got that part, and then he gets himself dressed, goes downstairs, and one of two things happen. He either goes for a run out on the road, and that's where you've probably seen the videos where he's like sprinting, and then they do the whole like sound in the background, or in that particular one that went most viral, he's running on the treadmill, and then after he finishes in the gym part on the treadmill, that's when he dives into the pool, and someone kills me because they said he.
Every time Lewis talks about this, he has to laugh.
I don't understand.
No.
I don't know who edited that video, yeah? But when they're putting the times on the screen, they said he dived into the pool at 7:36. But he didn't hit the water. Literally, they put 7:36 on the screen as he dives. As he hits the water, they changed the time to 7:40.
Yeah.
So that suggests he was in there.
He was in the air for 4 minutes, bro. What was he doing?
Someone in the comments said, I've realised now why I'm not successful. I can't stay suspended in the air.
Nah, it's peak. It's peak. Some of us are not going to that level of depth to make sure that our core is tight enough that we can resist the air in the air
for 4 minutes.
Nah. It's deeper.
You don't understand how funny that is, bro.
Nah.
No, but people in the comments were roasting him though. Someone said.
It's true though. 4 minutes.
Someone said, I know he's got a man at home that don't play about him. Do you guys say it? I said, nah, bro, they need to chill. But anyway, yeah. So,
I want to know where they got that from as well. I want to know where they jumped to.
People online are brutal, but someone else said in the comments, one thing that I've learned about this video is that there's some real good unpaid comedians in this world, because some of you lot are funny in the comments.
That's true.
And it's true. But anyway, forget that. He then goes back upstairs, he showers, he gets onto his first meeting of the day. What I'm assuming his partner makes him breakfast. He thanks her for it, he eats his breakfast, he carries on with his day. So the point is, whilst that is funny, he said his goal was to inspire. There are people making parody videos, yes, but there are also a number of people that I know personally, who as a result of his content, they are actually thinking differently about how they use their mornings. People are starting to share more about the intentionality they do or don't have with regards to how they use their time, how they set themselves up for the day. People might be joking when they say, oh, my day consists of waking up and eating a bag of potato chips. But when they say that out loud, they know in their heart of hearts, yo, is that how I'm using my time? Is that what I'm doing in my morning?
It's true.
Is that how I'm preparing myself to make the most of the day that the Lord gave me? Like, what? Do you get what I'm saying? So his decision to be opened up to mockery is powerful, because it's now having a ripple effect all over, arguably all over the world.
All over the world.
Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know how many people have watched his content. I've heard that it might even be 1 billion views. 1 billion views is a lot of people, you know.
Yep.
That's 1 in 7 human beings on the world. Which means we're talking, that includes babies, bruv.
Yep.
Babies that ain't even got Instagram and TikTok have seen this thing.
Yep.
So if he's getting billions of views on these videos, and his goal is to help people to think about how they use their time, how they set themselves up for the day, he's achieved his goal.
No, it's
Do
true.
you get what I'm saying?
Because something I seen recently was also said, if you don't plan the day will plan for you.
Word.
Like, and it's true. Like, how many of you guys have just woken up and been like, you haven't got a schedule for the day, and then you're like, I kind of want to work out today. I feel like I want to do this, but then you're stuck with, I tried to go here, or I tried to do this. It's too much trying rather than actually doing. And you know what? Half of the things that average people, I would say, spend their whole day doing is just his morning routine.
That's it.
He's done by 9:30, and that was your whole day, not even your whole day. And he's managed to accomplish, and there's obviously a lot more off camera that we don't see. But I feel like that even regardless of whether he's being made a mockery for the timings or whatever, which he probably didn't even edit himself anyway, food for thought, because he doesn't have time to be sitting around and editing. But it just goes to show, like, your morning, obviously Lewis is testament to this because he has a very strong morning routine, but your morning it just sets the whole mood for your whole day.
It sets up the whole day, Ria.
And then when it sets up your whole day, your day sets up your week. And if you have a series of good days, you have a series of good weeks, you have a series of good months, and you have a series of good years.
That's
like
it. Good years, good life.
Yeah, for real.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Honestly.
No, but it's so real. Like, a couple things I want to come back to. First of all, I don't know if we've done this on camera before or not, but work with me here. Try and pick up my phone. No, don't pick it up, just try. Don't actually pick it up, just try and pick it up. See, it's foolish, right? It doesn't exist.
So just try it.
It's just, you either pick it up or you don't.
Yeah, it's true.
So when people say in life, I'm trying to do this,
don't pick it up.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna try.
So that means you're not giving your all then. That means you're not committed. That means you haven't decided.
It's true.
Because the word decide, decide, comes from, I believe it is Greek origin, and it means to cut away. It means to cut away all options. If you've decided you're picking up the phone, there is no other option but to pick up the phone. If you decide that you're going to go to the gym, there is no other option but to go to the gym. If you decide that you're going to eat a certain way, there is no decision but to do that, because you have cut away all other options. So what are you trying?
No, it's true.
Stop saying I'm trying.
It's true.
What is trying? Pick up the phone or don't.
Everyone has a choice. You always have a choice. And your choice between trying and doing, like, there's no difference between trying and doing, as Lewis said. So if you haven't made the choice, if you made a choice to try, but you haven't made the choice to do, then you've actually just not made a decision at all.
That's
really
it. You actually haven't made the decision.
You haven't made a decision.
Do you get what I'm saying? And so that's one part in terms of, like, he's showing you, don't try, do the thing you said you were going to do. Second thing is, you're right about the morning routine. It's funny because I don't know if I talked about this on an episode in the past or not, but I one time, after having like years of what I thought was a good routine, I actually calculated how many things I do in my mornings, and I realized, right, I have 10 wins before I even start working. When I get up in the morning, first thing is I go and I read whilst I'm in the bathroom. So I've already clocked reading off the list. Secondly, I've drunk, usually before I've even left my house to go to the gym, I've already drunk about 1 liter of water. Like, if you include, so 3 mugs of water, that's about 750 ml. Then I have a mug of herbal tea. So by the time I've left my house, I've already had a liter's worth of water, basically. Yeah, that's another achievement already. Whilst I'm doing that, the hydration, I'm listening to motivational audios. Third things, I'm already priming my mind and my brain to make sure my subconscious keeps me motivated. So that's 3 things already off the list. Then I go to the gym itself. Yeah, I do my workout. That's 4 things off the list. When I finish in the shower, whilst I'm getting myself changed, I say my prayers. Yeah, that's 5 things off the list, Ria. I'm gonna couple this up to make it 6, because as part of my prayers, I also say affirmations. So that's 6 already. When I get back home, I then drink sea moss and I drink bush tea. Yeah, so I drink more herbs basically, and I drink and I drink sea moss as well. So now we're at 7. I meditate either before I leave my house or on the train coming into work. So that's 8 things off the list. Assuming I'm consistent, which is usually most of the time, I do my journal as well for my gratitude. That's 9 things off the. By the time I've even got to the office, I've done 9 significant things.
9 significant things.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's what, like I said, most people do throughout their whole day. And it's like, what, you've done that all by 9:30.
Yeah.
9:30 a.m. patterned.
And that's what I'm
you started
saying.
at what time? Your morning routine.
Nowadays 5.
5.
So yeah, so first 4.5 hours of the day.
See, Lewis, and this is something that he's said in some of our previous videos, but being part of the 5 a.m. club is, I'm not gonna lie, not to say I am part of the 5 a.m. club, because these days I'll be waking up around 7, but you get so much more accomplished in that period of time. And then once the world starts, it's like your brain is not even, your brain is focused too much on what the world's doing to be able to focus on you.
100%, because it's like, I've heard Eric Thomas talk about it before, it's like, why would you get up when everyone else gets up and then you have to be in competition with them immediately? Why don't you get up a bit before? Because then that way you can operate at your pace. And as he always says, you've got a 2-3 hour jump on the world. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And whilst it might mean you have to go to bed earlier, really and truly, what is productively going on after the hours of 9 o'clock? Let's be honest. The most anybody's doing productive after 9 is something in their own house, which you could be doing as well anyway. But there's nothing out on road after 9 that's important. There's nothing online after 9 that's important. There's nothing on TV after 9 that's that important. And if it really was, you'd record it. Plus, we don't watch live TV anymore anyway, let's be honest. Most people are just watching stuff that's on Netflix and Disney and whatever the platforms are. So you don't actually have to be up past, in my case, 10 o'clock. What's there to do for you after 10 o'clock, bro? There's nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? Go to bed and wake up at 5.
Go to bed. Go to bed
and wake up at 5.
So what's that? That's 7 hours sleep.
Yeah. So for me, I'm good with 7, and then usually if I need to top up, then if I can try and squeeze at 8 on one of the days on the weekend, I'm good. But if I have 7 consistently,
you're good.
I don't really need the top up. It's when I start dropping down to the 6s and all that. That's when I go, yo, I need at least a day with an 8 in there somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah.
But yeah, guys, comment down below what you feel like, or what you think of Ashton Hall's morning routine, what you've taken from it, and what your morning routine is as well.
100%. What's our final segment?
The outcome.
The outcome. Have you got a scenario?
I genuinely don't.
I haven't even thought of a scenario, but I might have one still. I might have one. You know what?
I feel like we've messed up our segments, you know. We was meant to do that last, and we was meant to do decision of the day before.
It's alright, this is organic, fam. You lot are just gonna get this straight how it is. You get what I'm saying? However it is how you lot are gonna get it, bro. Yeah, alright. So what would you do, Ria, if you decided that you're gonna go on holiday somewhere and then you've had, like, with the people that you're also going with, that, bear in mind that group's grown and you lot have put in a lot of effort collectively to decide where you're gonna stay. Everybody's agreed that the price point works for them. It's booked now. Then like another friend hits you and goes, yo, I want to just jump in. Bear in mind, there's not actually a room for them. There's not actually a space for them. But you're thinking there might be a way for them to kind of juke and jam still. And then they just decide, yeah, but because I'm going to be juking and jamming, I'm not paying nothing though.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like that's a bit bad mind. Like, I feel like I would definitely tell my friend, happy for you to come, and I know you're just slotting yourself in, but you're gonna have to run something. You're gonna have to pay. It's not gonna be free. I'm not even saying that on a thing of like logistically. I understand why they would even suggest not paying, but I think principally that spirit of like, I'm just gonna see if I can just slot in here, there and everywhere with it, especially as it's your friend. I feel like they should be at least offering something for, you know, the fact that they didn't help to find this accommodation. They didn't even know you were staying at this accommodation. Those people that are already staying there might as well be putting themselves in an uncomfortable position by letting you stay there. So I just feel like your decision to, you know, not actually want to contribute something is quite, I feel like it's a bit, what's the word? It's a bit bummy. Like, I'm not even, and I don't even want to say bummy, because it's like, oh, this person's not a bum, but come on, just play your part if in that little way. Or even if you say, I don't want to pay, can I at least do this and this? And you know what, I think it's testament, because I feel like the people that get the most in life are the people that are the most given, and the people that get the most in life are the people that are willing to, you know, put themselves, not say they put themselves on the line at the expense of everybody else, but it's just like, how much can I bring to this space that is beneficial to me?
100%.
And I feel like as well, I don't know about you, but I notice with people, like, I feel like I notice people's energies before they speak. And I feel like when people are always trying to take from a space, it says a lot about them as an individual. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because Yeah, the spirit of neediness, guys, it's not a good spirit to have. And it won't actually reward you long term, because you're signaling to the universe that you always want to go to the cheap option, or you always want there to be some sort of shortcut or short route. Like, have you guys ever been in traffic, and you see a little road on Waze thinking it's going to take me quicker, and you go down it, it's a dead end, you have to go back, and then you're in traffic for longer?
Yeah,
that's what things are like, man. When you try 100%. To take shortcuts in life, you end up effing yourself, basically.
Without a doubt, 100%. And I think you know, not only is it a signal to the universe for those people that may be into like Christian faith and stuff, that's in scripture as well, you know, like you want to be the lender, not the borrower. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, or yeah, is that the right language? Something like that. But yeah, you want to be the person lending. You don't want to be the person trying to take. You don't want to be the person you should be the one that wants to be so abundant that you're like, yo, like,
have this.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in a position where it's like, oh, I'm gonna juke and jam in the thing and then I'm not gonna pay nothing. I want to be the one to say, yo, listen, I've got a few empty houses.
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, which one?
Which one do you want? Like,
honestly.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
I'll sort you out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I think there's something in scripture as well about being a good debtor.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
When, you know, you go to, if you're gonna do something, or you need to borrow someone money for something or whatever, do it out of the goodness of your heart. Don't do it because you feel pressure to or whatever. Like,
nah.
And that's my response to the situation. I feel like if that person wanted to come, and that, you know, that group of friends were willing to let that person come out of the goodness of their heart, that's different.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's different for that person to come and ask to take rather than being offered, if that makes sense.
See, it's interesting because as I often say, I'm so huge on challenging gender stereotypes when they are disempowering and limiting and all of that.
Yeah.
But I will not lie and act like as if to say I don't have a predisposition that I think I've actually developed over time. I don't know if I was necessarily born with this or raised fully with this, but I think I've definitely chosen to take it on. But that predisposition now is one where, I'll be honest, innit, as a man, I'm just like, yo, whatever's going to make the women most comfortable, I'm going to prioritize that. So if this person was a woman saying, I don't want to have to pay nothing, I probably wouldn't say anything. I'd probably just be like, alright, cool, like, even if I have to cover your shit, like whatever, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a woman, innit? Let's just make sure she's good. Do you get what I'm saying? And not on a vibe of because you can't take care of yourself, or because I should be expected to, or because you're some sort of damsel in distress. Nothing to do with that. But more just on a vibe of like, if you're part of the team and you want to be comfortable, I ain't really gonna like kick up a fuss. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be cool, do your thing.
But that's testament to your values as a person. But that's what I mean. Like, not to like, that's very admirable, and I feel like that's a very good attitude and mindset to have. But the fact that you have that attitude and mindset just shows that you don't have that spirit of neediness or greed type thing. True. But I feel like even as a woman should not expect those things. Do you know what I mean? It's like I said, if she was offered, she's different. Well within her right to take it. But for her to then expect a person, whether it be a man, a woman, whoever, to take care of their share of something, is I don't feel like that's right, and I don't feel like that's the value you should be operating with. But
completely agree with that. But
yeah,
that was a deep one. Still, that was a deep one. But so listen, guys. That was a good ep.
It was a good episode.
I enjoyed that ep still.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
100%.
Please make sure, if you found value in this content and you want to be part of a group of individuals that are ambitious, driven, going after their goals, please see the link in the description.
I will.
Other than that, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this with someone you know needed to hear something in this video today. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Guys, why don't we just exercise our free will and just scream in the street? Because sometimes I just feel like I have so much pent up frustration that I just want everyone to know, and I just want everyone to feel how I'm feeling. So sometimes I just want to go ah and let people know that, you know, like there's just something I want to let out. But social norms just say that if I do that in the middle of the street, someone's gonna admit me to somewhere with no, you know, hard edges, no cans allowed, But at the end of the day, all of us have a part in us that's just crazy, you know, and it just needs to be let free, feral, go wild a little bit. And don't let anybody judge you for that.